All right, there is a number in the new CNN SSRS poll that should make every 2026 Republican candidate for office start updating their resume. See how many key words you can cram in there about your skills because you're going to need it. That number is 58%. A majority of Americans, not 51%, but 58%, now say that Donald Trump's first year back in office was a failure. A failure. And if you're thinking, yeah, but polls just give you like the vibe of what's going on, consider that there is another important number, 39. Trump's job approval in the same poll is only 39%. So it is not a rough patch that the president is in. Historically, presidents under 50% approval going into a midterm get their party absolutely mauled, just like a dog. They treat them terribly. Gallup looked at this over decades and found that when the president is below 50% approval, the president's party loses an average of 37 House seats. 37. The baseline is ugly, which is in modern midterms, the president's party in general loses anyway. It's usually 25 seats, but when they're under 50% approval, it jumps to 37. So this is not like, oh, Republicans might lose a few seats. The normal outcome is Republicans would lose 25 seats. The expected outcome with Trump under 50% approval would be that Republicans lose 37 House seats. But with prices continuing to go up when Trump said they would go down, with a deportation campaign that is not only unpopular with Americans, but Trump said, oh, the deportation campaign is going to make wages go up for Americans. It's going to create jobs for Americans. It's going to see prices going down. Housing is going to get cheaper because you won't have undocumented immigrants compete. None of it is happening. None of it is happening. And so every detail is exactly what you would expect to produce a blockbuster blue wave in November, but only if we make it happen. Only if we make it happen. Now, if we dig in a little more deeply to some of the other elements of the poll, 36% say Trump has the right priorities. So only a third of Americans really think Trump is even working on the right stuff. Only about a third believe Trump cares about people like them. A majority say Trump has gone too far abusing presidential power, trying to strong arm institutions. So you've got anger over cost of living, plus anxiety about, damn, this guy seems like he's out of control. And 2026 is looking brutal if those numbers hold, right? That's a big if there. And we've got to make sure that we make that happen. And there's still a question mark about that. One other thought on this. There is this issue of the Senate. And of course, if you pay attention to politics right now, you recognize that the House is looking very, very bad, very, very bad for Republicans. But the Senate is a little bit different. The Senate is trickier. And because only a third of senators are up for re-election every 2 years, it really depends more on the map. You can have anti-Republican sentiment going in, but a map that is favorable to Republicans. And if you look at the specific states and the candidate quality and all of this, right now, the Senate is looking very difficult for Democrats. I'm not going to blow smoke, okay? If you look at the competitive Senate races, you just look at the map, it's not looking awesome. So 58% saying Trump is doing a bad job. That's a problem for Republicans. But the Senate, because of the map and because of the particulars, may end up not being so bad. But of course, it really is up to us at the end of the day. And we have to make sure that we do everything we can to make it as bad as possible. Now, let's just explore for a second the outcome of Republicans keep the Senate, but Democrats take the House. It still ends Trump's presidency as we know it. He will get no major legislation done, period. And we would also expect investigations. I don't necessarily know about impeachment. Impeachment would certainly go nowhere in the Senate if that were to happen. But Trump certainly seems convinced that he's getting impeached if Democrats take the House. But maybe most importantly, Democrats will be able to apply pressure as Trump's legacy will become the most important thing to him. There will be some leverage that Democrats will have to be able to hopefully stem the bleeding of some of the most disastrous Trump policies. So there is a lot riding on these elections, and the numbers so far are a disaster for Donald Trump. Thanks for watching. Check out this other video. And if you like our content, make sure to subscribe so YouTube puts our videos in your feed, and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify and Apple.